Hi, this is Tara Omatosho with another inspiring interview from Inspire into Action. Today we have SonayahBenee. She's here to talk to us about herself and her business. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. Could you tell the listeners about who you are and what your business is, or what is it that you do?
Yes, so as she said, my name is SonayahBenee, and I'm 16 years old, and I'm a singer and a songwriter. I have two CDs out right now. The first one is a small EP which has 3 songs on it, and then the second one has 1 track on it. It's a new single that I just released in May, and I started writing at the age of 8, but I started doing recording songs maybe about the age of 13, 12 or 13, around there. So.
All right, that's great because a lot of young girls and people in general always want to be singers, but they don't take it the steps that you've taken it. So,
Right.
what inspired you to go further with this?
When I wrote my first song, I was really encouraged which is called "What You Looking at Me For." Of course, I haven't released it because it's a song that I wrote when I was younger. But
Uh-huh.
it was really encouraged me and pushed me to want to write more. And so since then, I've been writing ever since, and I found great pleasure in doing so. And I realized maybe about the age 12 or 13 that I wanted to do this for a living, and that I wanted other people to be able to experience the joy and all the feelings I felt when I was writing and listening to my songs as well. So the first song I released and I recorded was "I Am Beautiful," and that was along with the 2 other tracks on the short EP, which is "He Saved Me" and "Answer Me." And then a year or 2 later, I did "Giants," which has been the the hot topic for my 4 songs so far. So I'm really.
Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. Everybody in the building, let me you said we gon' fight these giants. We gon' fight these giants. I'm coming in like David, already persuaded that the God I serve, man, he's the greatest. So why are we trying to be seen by different eyes? So why are we caught up in the trap of deceptive lies? So why are we stuck in the same spot from another day? We gotta conquer the world, cause Jesus conquered it yesterday. If we were called from the dark to the light, then why can't no one see us? We were all made to shine bright, but man, they don't believe us. So if you're scared and you wanna retreat, leave the mission up to the believer.
Good. So in regards to, like, since we were talking about giants, I like your lyrics. I mean, it's all about empowering and fighting over these giants. How did that all come about? Was it an experience that you went through, or just based on scripture?
It was a little bit of both. I was kind of, at the time when I was writing it, I was really challenging myself to really go after what I was talking about in the song, which is, not being afraid to go after all these giants and be true believers for Christ and really spread his word in a positive light. And I really wanted to challenge other believers as well, because, now today we have all these different issues going on, and this is really the time for believers to step up and show the world who God has created us to be. So that was really what I wanted to do with this song. And it was also, I kind of tied in, if you've heard the song David and Goliath, the scripture David and Goliath, with that, because I think it's a really good example of Christians and believers really stepping up and taking charge over the situations they may face in life.
I agree. I agree. I definitely heard that in the song. So in regards to being a songwriter and a singer, what have been some of the challenges that you have faced in being in that business? I know that you're young, you're 16, but still experienced some things that some people that are just getting started are maybe about to experience, if they're interested in the music business, what can you tell them, some of your challenges so they can avoid those if they're interested in this business?
I'd say one of the biggest challenges for me was developing my own sound, because, you know, being young, you're influenced by a lot of different artists in the industry, and, you know, everyone wants to be Drake's and everyone wants to be Beyonce's, but you really have to develop your own sound and make your music unique to who you are. So I would definitely encourage everyone out there who's aspiring to be an artist or a songwriter to find your own sound, find your own way of creating music and stick with that, because your uniqueness will get you a lot farther than you trying to copy someone else's ideas and style and stuff like that. And I'd say another thing is probably dealing with critics, because, you know, you don't expect, it's not normal to expect someone my age to be singing about God, you know, because we have a lot of different artists who are doing secular music, and it's not a bad thing to do secular music. This is just what I know I've been called to do. So definitely dealing with people who don't necessarily agree with that, but also being able to learn from those experiences and build up my confidence, knowing that because I've been called to do this, that's all that matters.
Okay. So what about also performing? How have you done in performing, or what are some tips that you could give to someone who maybe has cut a CD or LP and they have to perform? What are some things that you could share with them about something to get over, maybe some of the stage things?
Yeah, you definitely, I would say you definitely have to practice. Practice is key. You can't just expect to go up on stage and perform your song just because it's your song and you may know it. You have to practice getting the crowd involved. You know, singing and moving around on stage and dancing is a whole lot different than, you know, just standing in place and singing. So you really have to get yourself in a position where you can do that. Because you want to be engaging to the crowd. You don't want to just, you know, be singing on stage and you're not really engaging the crowd in what you're doing. So definitely, I know for me, I work out. I think that's a great way to, you know, practice. It doesn't have to be, you know, hardcore kind of workout. It could just be, you know, some running every day. I know for me, my manager was having me do, you know, practice running while I'm singing my songs so I can get used to moving around and taking breaths in between songs and stuff like that. My mom is my manager, of course. So yeah, definitely, you know, do some light workouts, but you definitely have to practice singing. You have to practice all your notes, practice your rhythms, everything. And the practice is key to performing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, and that's a good point. Your manager is doing a good job.
Yeah.
So, in regards to being a songwriter and a singer, what are some skills that you can share with someone on what your opinion is? What songwriters and singers need to have? What are some skills that they need to have in order to be effective in this industry?
I think your songwriting should definitely come from your heart. You know, you should definitely be passionate about it. It shouldn't be just other lyrics you've heard other people say. It should definitely be something that's coming from you, because that'll touch people more when it's coming directly from you. So definitely be passionate about it. You have to be committed to doing this. Don't start something if you're not going to be able to finish. Make sure you're definitely 100% committed, and you have to be confident. You know, get yourself exposed, put yourself out there so that other people can hear your music and be inspired, because you never know what opportunities you'll get when you expose yourself out to the public. So.
That's so true. You definitely have to. You definitely have to put yourself out there. If you want to succeed, or if you want to do something like this, you have to put yourself out there.
Right.
Because opportunities are always around. You're just not seeing it because you're not putting yourself out there. So in regards to just action steps, if someone wanted to say, you know, I want to sing, what are some action steps that I need to take in order to make that dream a reality?
Well, first figure out, you know, your kind of style of singing. Figure out what you like to do, and it doesn't have to be, you know, just one genre. It could be any, because there's multiple singers who do multiple different types of genres in singing. So figure out what type of music you want to do. If you want to be a songwriter, start practicing writing songs, so that you can get better at it over time. Definitely use, if you guys have social media, use your social media to put yourself out there, post videos of you singing. You know, practice doing interviews because you will be doing them sooner or later. You need to start putting yourself in a position to succeed. You know, if don't just, you know, be sitting there and say, oh, you know, I want to sing, but I don't have a manager, I don't have a producer, I don't have a studio. You know, you have everything you need right where you are to get started. So I think the biggest thing for people who are aspiring to be a songwriter or a singer is to definitely expose yourself. Use social media. Social media spreads so quickly these days. So definitely put yourself out there.
Yeah, you're right about that. You really don't have any excuse, because if you have a phone, you could sing on your phone.
Right.
And you have a computer, you know, you have some type of social media account, you can sing, you can get out there, get on YouTube. I mean, there's really no excuse. And then you can get feedback from people, and it might be positive, maybe negative, but at least it's something.
Yeah.
And you did try, instead of just saying and making excuses about why you could not, you know, accomplish that goal. So that's really great. That's really good information. If someone wanted to get in contact with you, they want to purchase your CD, if they want to get in, you know, follow you, how can they do that?
So to get in contact with me, you can email me at info@SonayahBenee.com. I also have an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which is also SonayahBenee. Which is spelled SonayahBenee. And you can also purchase any of my music at www.SonayahBenee.com, or it's also available on all the music platforms, so iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, all those platforms you can get my music.
Okay, and if someone is interested in scheduling you for an event, how do they go about doing that?
You can also do that by visiting the website, www.SonayahBenee.com, or email info@SonayahBenee.com.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you so much. I know that a lot of information that you share will be helpful to those who are interested in entering the music business. And I just thank you for taking this time out to talk with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good one.
You too.